Good evening, everyone. Just going to wait for a few people to get in here. This is part two. I'm not going to be long about unity in the Patriot community and what's the problems in the Patriot community. Just wanted to do part two tonight. I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to get here. I know other people are live, but I'm making this short. So if nobody shows up, we'll have to put continued. So I have other channels to go to myself. Give people a chance. Just wait a few seconds till everybody gets here. See if anybody shows up. Probably didn't get their notifications or did not click. This is unexpected. Where's my cell at? Sorry, everybody, if anybody's there. Waiting. Do, 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 do. Just waiting on people to get in here. Now, so. Yeah. Not really slow. Show was on tonight, wasn't she? Yeah, 10. And see her. I don't know who's in here, but come and say hello in the chat. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get here. And I'm just going to start off, since nobody's here yet. They can catch it later. Just watch the replay. We're still having issues with the Patriot community, and there are issues with unity and bringing people together. You know, you're not going to like everybody, but we can learn a lot from each other and, just get together. I mean, people lost their jobs. People are angry about stuff that's going on in their life, and they're taking the frustrations out on anybody else. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Topspin. Welcome. I'll just repeat what I was just saying. I don't know if you guys caught it. There's some issues that were going on. Like last night, it put me into a full-blown asthma attack. I got myself a little worked up because I was upset, but I'm fine now. My face is a little red. So, but we still have some problems with people not getting together. Like there's so much tension, anger, and how are we going to accomplish nothing if we're not coming together? You're not going to agree on everything, but screaming and, accusing people of things, that doesn't solve anything. I mean, somebody may, just be, like people like to prep differently. Some people, we all can learn from each other because that's all we're going to have in the end. This was supposed to be part two, but I told people that there's going to be a part two. But, I'm going to make it short, guys, because I have to be somewhere else. Yep, Kelly, it's been going on way too much. And it is like, let me see if anybody wants to come up. I got to hit the stream link. Hold on. Copy. Hey, Josh. Let me paste which. Oh, I got to copy the StreamYard. You gonna let me? No. Copy. Sorry, guys, I booted myself out. I'm back. Shit happens. That was my fault, trying to do something. There's a stream link if anybody wants to come up and talk about it. Come on up. We'll discuss everything that's been going on. Yes, it's my famous disappearing act. Harley Sex Beer. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if I put the StreamYard link in there, if anybody wants to jump in and talk about issues that they've been seeing and, come up with some ideas, there was something that went on last night. I mean, how are we going to accomplish nothing? All right, Callie. Yes, Houdini. Exactly. Hi, Janet. How are you? No, we're just having too many issues right now, and I just want everybody to come together. As I said earlier, it just was really bad last night, and I went into a full blown asthma attack, and I don't know if it's just I just got upset about everything, but it was really scary. Thought I was gonna die, and it usually doesn't get like that. I'm doing part two, as I said. There were some other people that were supposed to be here. I had Wild Bill's Ghost on the panel, and I had oh, I can't forget his name. He was here too. I wish he'd be here tonight so we can finish this up because I'm not going to be too long. I have to be somewhere else on another show, so I just want to discuss things. So I'm waiting for Kelly. Anybody, come join me. You don't have to show your face. You can use an avatar. Just as long as you're not naked or anything coming on here, because I won't put up with it. You'll get booted. Oh, Callie, I forgot to mod you. Sorry. I'll have to do it again. My bad. I'm just kidding. Hey, Joe. Yeah, blue collar. I wonder where he's at so we can get this going. I'm going to post the link again. Come on up. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Blue collar was the other one on the panel. Yes. Yes, Joe. That's who it was. Please share my link out. See we get some more people in here, get them on the panel. I want to hear, from other people. I know people are going through a hard time and we need to come together. And there's just so much anger going on, and you may not agree with things, and some things may set people off, that they have to have a better understanding of things. You can't think you're better than somebody else. You know more than each other. We can learn from one another. That's all I want to think. You say, Janet. So you're getting a new computer next week. That's good. No, I got to go car shopping too. I haven't gotten around to it. Looking around. Yeah, I've been getting donations and stuff to help me because of my car accident. It's rough. I hate asking anybody for help, but the Patriot community has been I've been really blessed from them. I went and did a GoFundMe, but GoFundMe like basically was ripping me off. So now I got Cash App. They don't rip you off. Hey, Battery, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I know. I was over at Zach's for a little bit too, so I didn't want to interrupt and step on people's show. Like, I had planned this to go live, and I should have posted it yesterday, but there was an incident, so I couldn't post it. You pick Sides of America. Anybody want to come up in the panel and talk about what's going on? Mm-mm-mm. Come on up. Don't be afraid. You don't have to show your face. Let's talk about this stuff. That's why I did a part 2. I know Callie was supposed to come on. I don't know what happened. Maybe she's having issues again, tech issues. I just want to. We don't care what's going on. We just want to bring everybody together. There's just so much hate, and we can throw ideas out. We have to be together. Hi, Harley. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
So,
Yeah,
what do you think about all the stuff that's going on in the Patriot community?
to be honest, I don't know what's going on out in the world. I kind of tuned them out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've always been a Constitution guy.
yeah. I mean, we're all in this together. We love our country, and we believe in the Constitution, and but when the shit hits fan, we all got to band together because that's all we have. But I hear a lot of everybody, putting each other down because one knows more than the other. That doesn't help anything. Hold on.
Right.
Hey, Kelly, unmute yourself, girl.
Oh, hello, made it.
Yeah, it was really bad last night.
Oh my God. And I mean, everybody's kind of, like I just scroll through the chat, everybody's kind of like Pete, Pete, Pete,
I don't
and
want to bring
yeah,
nobody's name up.
like that's
Not
that's
in my
my point
thread.
too. Well, that's my point too, is it wasn't just at Pete's last night. Okay. This is
It was
going
it.
on everywhere. I don't know if it was like something in the air or what the fuck was up last night. Is Mercury in retrograde? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But
Yeah.
it's like, people
Sorry, I
are
got my
really
rabbit hole.
starting to kind of like lose their shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tensions build, tensions rise. People say things that they don't necessarily mean because they're in a certain state of mind, and I think that, overall, it would be best if everybody could just kind of take a step back from a situation like that
Yeah.
and, try not to jump to conclusions or make a
Yeah.
judgment. I mean, like, I really got, like, seriously, like, I'm very upset about what happened last night. And I'm more hurt than anything, I think, you know? Because, I go to channels because I want to be there and because I like
Exactly.
the company on those channels, and, I like the communities in certain channels and things like that. Like, that's why I go to that channel. And for somebody, to sit there and tell me that, the only reason anybody, pays attention is because they have nothing else to do, and that, like, we're not friends, like, that's hurtful,
Mm, yeah.
you know? I mean, it's happening everywhere,
I understand there's a
everywhere.
lot of tension in this COVID, and everybody's just like antsy, and they're, you know, the job loss and stress, and there's things they go through in their life past that it kind of somehow somebody says something and it triggers them, you know.
Yeah,
And sometimes
absolutely.
they need to step back and they'll cool off,
Yeah,
We just
like,
yeah.
for real, Lisa, like even as adults, right? Like part of being an adult is to learn when you need to take a break, right? When you need to kind of remove yourself from a situation to cool off or reevaluate or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
like you need a time. Like even adults need a fucking timeout every now and again.
Yeah.
And it would be, great if everybody could have, a certain level of awareness of when that time is, but that's not the case,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's human to have these sorts of things going on,
Yeah,
right? I
and
mean,
we
like, this
shouldn't
is
blame
all,
somebody else. Janet made a good point. We shouldn't blame everybody else, somebody else, and bring them in, for what's going on. You can't. She
yeah,
made a good point. Yeah.
you can't blame any one person for what's going on. That's for sure.
Mhm.
That's for damn sure. Um, but we also can't let it go unchecked. you
Yeah.
know and there's a fine line, dealing with these sorts of things. It's a very, very fine line, and it's very easy, especially when you're dealing with people that like you only know over the internet, to overstep a boundary, or like misspeak something to where they misinterpret what you're trying to say you know so I mean, it can be a very difficult, place to be in, especially if the other side isn't receptive to even listening to what, their opponent or,
Yeah.
their friend has to say, depending on the situation it is, if you're in a debate or whatever. Um, but I just think that people really need to remember that we're all human.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, seriously, we are all human.
I always try. I'd rather bring people together, in the light of love, than fighting, and pointing fingers. It's like sometimes people have to take a step back and cool off, and look at, you know, things from each other's eyes and their perspective. Because we're not accomplishing nothing. We're just eating each other out, and this is what it, people want. They want us to eat each other out within. I will not put anybody's name out there ever, because I care about a lot of people. Getting to know people. So I don't like that, and I don't like being in the middle of things. But like me, I'm just a caring person.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Oh,
Sounds like you guys had some kind of argument or something with somebody.
no, no, no. Somebody was really hot last night, and we had to. My husband and I calmed him down afterward and got him laughing. It
No.
took a
Oh,
while.
this was after all of that, Lisa.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
Well, you could
I
have
really
holes
hope
in
I
there
really
too.
hope Pete is, like I really hope Pete is in a better place, because I missed
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Like I heard it was really, really heated, and like he did get mean with me last night, and
It was a troll that started everything, and you're gonna have that. It's like the people do that stuff to cause. They'll come in and they'll cause create. With everybody, and it causes a lot of confusion when somebody's angry. And it does
yeah,
happen. It
yeah.
does
Like
happen.
I've been praying for him all day today though. Like seriously, because
Yeah.
I know what it is to be in, like that state of anger and stuff. And
Mhm.
it's like whenever I see anybody in that state of anger, I pray for them. I'm like, God, no, people should not be pushed to that point, anywhere,
Exactly.
anybody,
They shouldn't
I
be
mean,
mouthing somebody they know nothing about. A
hmm
troll shouldn't. And I can understand saying stuff like that. It does affect him because where he's come from, and he's a great guy, but he's going through a lot of shit, and certain things trigger people, and these trolls do it
hmm
on purpose. You know, and it's not right. It's a lot of these trolls come in and they start shit with everybody, and
hmm
the person becomes so angry that they think it's somebody else doing it. I'm
yeah,
not down on anybody. I don't mention nobody's name, but I care about a lot of people, and it hurts me to see what's going on and stuff. Because I am a friendly person. I'm not, I got a temper too. Well, there's shit I can go off. I'm not perfect. We don't live in a perfect society, but we can create a better society by getting along, coming together, and learning from each other.
Right. Amen. Yeah, if everyone would just kind of treat others how they want to be treated, I think a lot of this issues that we're having, not even just as amongst ourselves, but as a nation, like
Yeah, like as a whole humanity,
right, right,
like on a humanitarian level, it's like that's
yeah,
really what it seems like to me is people really need to get back to being human, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Um,
never talk shit on anybody. I would never do that because it's not right. You know, there are trolls that are causing so much drama and it's affecting everybody. You care about that person, you're there for their channel, and it's like, I can't be in the middle of that stuff. I can't. I gotta leave sometimes but I stayed with him last night and my husband was talking to him and he told us a lot of stuff and I'm not gonna put it out there. And I understand seeing through his eyes. Sometimes we gotta see through the anger to see things what they went through in life. There are some things that some people say shit in the heat of anger and they don't mean it.
right,
You
yeah.
know,
Well, I think I'm gonna hop back off of here, but I seen nobody was popping on. I was like, oh, I'll jump on there for a minute.
yeah. Well, you could say how you feel on things too. Like
Yeah,
what you see going on, job loss, and that
I'll
people
tell
are
you,
suffering, and how
my
like they're getting fired from their jobs. Go ahead.
yeah, I kind of got, when they shut everything down. I'm a single dad. I got my oldest two here on the couch sleeping next to me,
Mm,
and I have another little one that I haven't been able to see. I mean, when everything shut down, the school went to half days, and was I couldn't be at work and at home to get the kids, and you know what I mean. So I've been off like all freaking year, and it's just been rough. Now it's like I'm trying to get back working, but I'm just in a freaking pickle from all this crap.
yeah. Where are you from?
Bears from Michigan.
Oh, you're from Michigan. Well, welcome, welcome.
Yeah. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
Right on. Yeah, we're
yeah, of
up
course,
here.
I'm from Cali.
I figured you probably were. Yeah, we're up here. You got Gruesome Newsome. We got Gretchen Whitmer.
Oh yeah, but we recalled that motherfucker. Oh,
I
sorry,
seen I
Lisa.
seen some on that. I haven't.
That's fine.
We've been trying to get Whitmer recalled, but it's like it never. We always just short so many signatures or whatever.
Yeah, well, okay, so we this is the third time in what, like less than as many years we've tried to recall Gavin. Um, so third time's a charm, just don't give up. And you've really got to petition, the conservative groups and, the Michigan GOP um, to get on board with those recalls too, because otherwise they generally won't move forward. You can also look out of state for support as well for recalling your governor, because I'm sure that there's a lot of groups in other states who also want your governor out just as bad as you do.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't
um,
know. I don't know what they're doing. It's crazy. It's all like Ohio stands up. They had a group down there about all these like mask mandates and all the stuff they started pushing on everybody. Well, they had a group of, I think it was 7 or 9 people that started a group. It was called Ohio Stands Up, and they like took the governor to, like, they sued him, and he turned his tune all around about the masks and the shutdowns, and he opened things right back up. And it's like, up here though, it's not just Whitmer. We got our attorney general, like even the Secretary of State, a Michigan judge just ruled that her absentee ballot things had broke the law. Well, now Biden's president. Now what do we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. There's I mean, we lost him. I mean, there's a lot you can do, it's just really
He'll probably
tedious.
chop back in because he got probably bad signal and stuff.
Right.
I know it's people are hurting this time, and especially when you have kids, it's really, really sad.
Hi,
You know,
Sita.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Lisa. Go ahead.
it's like you have children's mouths to feed, and you're like put in this bind, and it's hard, it's rough.
Yeah, and people, people are facing, so much right now, from the jab push to, all of these regulations coming at them from all over the place, and then there's such a high level of pressure to be, like quote unquote compliant and stuff. And I mean, it's like just to walk out the door for a lot of people is like a nerve-wracking experience, just to
Yeah.
like walk out their door now.
I'll tell you, it is too, man. They got like some people are so scared of this virus. Like
Yeah.
I go around. I don't wear a mask. I'm from a rural area. There's a whole lot of us that don't even wear them. But I was at the grocery store, the little IGA. I try to shop local and the small family-owned businesses, even though it costs a little more. But this lady, she got so upset, she threw her cat food at me and like stormed off. Which I thought that was kind of bold, but then I was like looking, I was like, man, she's pretty old. I don't want. She's already worked up enough. I'm not even gonna say nothing. But it's like
Right.
people's mental health is like people are getting freaked out.
People are
So,
on an edge, and it's not just about being afraid of the virus either, right?
no,
It's
no,
about
it's
the direction
everything.
of the country. It's about, their kids, being out of school, the prospect that, like your whole entire family pretty soon here is gonna have to be vaccinated in order to be a, member of society, pretty much. Like, that's huge, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
especially, like, I mean, like, think about it, like, I'm not
Just say
taking that
like
vaccine.
if we say that word, we get in trouble.
Oh, sorry, the
Get the bee
jab.
sting. They get the bee sting, the evil bee sting. That's what
Oh
people
my
look at
God,
it.
this is so ridiculous. Can we go
I
to
know
another
they'll put a
platform?
strike on anybody's child for saying about it.
Can we go to another platform, please? Seriously, like for
Yeah,
real.
I might, but I don't care. I don't care.
Um,
I'll
but
say
yeah,
fact.
we're living like right in the middle of, Orwell's tale.
And you know what? This thing too, this whole whatever you want to call it, like look at how we've transitioned from what we were. Like we're teetering from socialism right into communism right now. Like there's so many people at home with like on food stamps and unemployment, all this. The state's taking care of you now because they took away your way to make your money, your way to support your family. And I don't know, man. Things are definitely getting crazy. It's ramping up. It seems like things are getting faster, accelerating a
It
little more and a little more. Uh,
absolutely, and that was, I mean, I hate to say it, but that was part of, the reason why I think, in my opinion, this is all speculation or whatever. It's my opinion that, uh, Trump was bringing us back to greatness. And because he did make so many leaps and bounds, you know, trying to put our country back right, that when, the DNC took office, or I can't even say like he took office, when the potatoes took office, um, they had to undo everything that Trump did, like day one,
Right.
because they had to get themselves at least back to that, Trump's first day of office spot where our country was at, right? And
Right.
so pretty much like what they're doing now is what they would have done over the last 4 years,
With
right?
Hillary. Yeah.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
if Hillary would have gotten in, that stuff all would have happened over a long period of time, over that 4 years, right? But now, because they didn't have that 4 years, they've got to do 4 years in 100 days. Okay, that's Joe Biden's 100 days.
Right.
Okay, that's what needs to be done in order to bring them back up to the point where they say we should be on this date at this time, because I'm sorry, it's all planned.
Mhm.
Okay.
It is. It is.
Hey, highly suspect there. Josh wants to know if you follow Owen Benjamin.
Owen Benjamin from Bertaria. Never heard of him. Yeah, I followed him on DLive for quite a while.
Oh,
And Christ is the answer. Like I like your name there, bro.
it's a
Yeah,
girl.
Christ.
we call her
Oh, sorry.
Sita. We call her Sita for short,
Wow.
CITA. Yeah. But I mean, like, that's why everything is so noticeable, is because you're exactly right. They've had to, like reverse some timelines and accelerate others, right?
Yeah.
So they've been kind of on steroids. I mean, except
Right.
for Joe Biden. Joe Biden couldn't possibly be on steroids because,
Who
look at
knows?
him.
That a wackadoodle.
They probably keep him sedated for like 20 hours a day. Okay, I'm serious.
That's why he's a zombie.
They like dust him out, dust him off, and pull him out of the box every now and again. Like give him like, give him some touch-up paint where he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
He
sure
keeps
all of his
calling.
strings are tight.
He keeps referring to
Night battery.
Kamala
Thanks for
as
coming.
President Harris.
That's funny. Joe Biden needs Red Bull to speak in public.
He needs something a little stronger than that. I don't even know if Red Bull would give him wings. Seriously, I don't know. I don't know. He might need like a vat of it or something.
Yeah. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I like in Israel, like you're talking about how you won't be able to be part of society without the scorpion sting. And I was listening to this video. It was a woman from Israel, and she was talking about how that's kind of already how it is over there. They're not allowed to like leave their house. They can't shop here or there without the sting. And
Yeah, I've I've,
like
I've heard that.
it's crazy, And then
Completely crazy. It's completely
uh,
crazy, and that's gonna be here soon. Like, a lot of people are still kind of in a mindset to where they're like, that will never happen here. That's not gonna happen. That won't happen to me.
Well,
And it's like, well, 2 years ago, would you have thought that they would tell you that you have to close your business down and stay home?
and wear a
And that you
mask.
can't come out, or that you have to wear a mask, or that like you can't, your child can't go to school.
Yeah,
Like, seriously, like 2 years ago, would you have believed that if I would have told you that?
it would have sounded so far fetched.
Wouldn't it have?
Absolutely.
It really would have. It really would have. Even myself, like 2 years ago, I would have been like, that's not gonna, no, they're not gonna do that. And you know what I would have thought 2 years ago? I would have thought Trump would never do that.
Right.
That's what I would have thought 2 years ago.
I've kind of noticed, I'm not a red team guy or a blue team guy, my whole insight on it is they don't matter. They all like ignore the bounds set by the Constitution. Like like I did like that we was getting out of the Middle East and stuff, but that kind of turned around now. And I did like that, Trump did, speak up a couple things to be like a voice for the voiceless about, children are made in the image of God and yada yada kind of stuff. But what I didn't like was back when they had am I allowed to say fake measles outbreak a few years back? They he was trying to tell everyone, back then about the measles. The people have to get their measles sting. The stings are so important, and it was like kind of like a foreshadowing. But I didn't realize it at the time. But when he was like kind of pushing for that, that's when I kind of was like, all right, maybe we got hit with the Trojan horse or whatever.
I mean,
But
I understand people's hesitance, I really do, because it makes me cringe, like literally cringe when I hear somebody telling somebody to go and get a vaccine. It's kind of like an involuntary physical reaction. I'm like, don't do that, just please don't.
you can't.
Um,
You got to say bad sting instead of that V word.
oh yeah, God,
Yeah,
sorry.
whatever.
I'm sorry.
They give me a strike. Oh well, be the first time. I'll be
I'm
joining the club.
sorry. Okay, like new rule on Lisa's channel, if we end up getting her a strike, then we owe her $50.
What's this weed
Um,
business? You got a mouse
but
in your pocket?
I like whoever's on the panel, somebody's got to cough up $50, right? Anybody but Lisa, right? And more than likely it'll be me, because more than likely I'm the reason.
She's a troublemaker. Oh, Kelly, no, I'm kidding.
You only
In a
got to
good
breathe
way,
wrong to get in trouble now.
I know, right? In a good way, in a good way. But I want to get back to Trump and the vax stuff, or the jab stuff, the scorpion sting, whatever in the hell it is. The Pope. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
Lisa
want to call it the
Scorpion
Pope. I'm
sting.
not going to call it. I can't call it. But you know, like I said, it makes me cringe to hear him say, like, sure, go and do this. But you also have to understand that there are a bunch of conservatives out there who are all gung-ho for this stab too,
Yeah,
so I mean, he's got to appeal to everybody, and he also, like, I think every time I've heard him talk about it, he's said, like, it's there for you if you want it. We have liberties in this country, and like, we can't mandate something like this. So like, if you want it, it's there, go and get it. If you don't, so be it. Like, that's
r-
your choice as an American citizen.
yeah,
So I mean, you have to think of, like, I don't know, kind of like out of the box a little bit in that sense,
Yeah.
in my opinion. We can't be so staunch. We cannot allow ourselves to get to that point of no return like the left has, right?
Mhm.
Like, that we are so conservative that nobody can have a vaccine, right? I mean, like,
right.
we can't let it get that way in our community. We just can't. If we do, it's over. Okay, 100%. It's over if we do. All that will be left is extremist versus extremist,
Yep.
and extremism never helped anything, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just for real. I mean, like, if somebody can give me an example where extremism actually helps something, I mean, I'd be glad to take a look at
I'm
it.
just so of the mandate and the fucking piece of shit mask mandate. I can't even go to the store and with that thing on. It irritates my lungs. It makes my nose run. Then I have to go reach for a damn paper towel that they have with the meat counter.
Yeah.
Wipe the meat off if it's all bloody and shit.
See, and I mean, like, for me, if there's a place that is so adamant that I not wear a mask there, then you know what? They will never get another red cent of my money.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because I live in Commie, California, and I don't wear a mask. So if I live in Commie, California, and I don't wear a mask, then it can be done fucking anywhere.
And well, these
Yeah.
businesses can do what they want. They tell you, no
I've seen
mask,
some
no service.
businesses, they have signs, I think it was, what is it, 17 states now they got rid of them, or 16? The mask mandates, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
and
seen,
now it's just the corporations pushing it, you know?
yeah,
Even if a state gets rid of a mask mandate, that's great. You know, they should have never had the mask mandate to begin with, but you know, hindsight 2020, error is human, whatever, right? But if a corporation is going to go so far as to, you know, allow their employees to harass customers because they are ADA and don't want to wear a
yeah,
mask or whatever, you know,
right,
that's the line that I draw, you know.
yeah,
And it's like, you know, it's your, like I said about the jab, right?
yeah, put it on
It's
if you want
your
it,
choice. If you want to
or
wear a
don't,
mask, if that makes you feel more comfortable walking out that door, right? Or like walking into that store or whatever, like then do it. I don't care. But don't turn around and tell me that I have to adhere to your sense of security.
right?
You know, I don't tell me that I have to do something.
I saw,
That's not okay.
on the contrary, I believe it was a privately owned business in Texas, some kind of like a somewhere you go spend money. They had a sign on their door. It said, you know, absolutely no masks allowed. Like they don't, you know, I don't
Yeah,
know. I thought that was pretty cool. Like,
I've been hearing a lot about that. You know, I've been hearing a lot about that. There are some delis, you know, that I've encountered along my journeys in California that have signs like that too. Like you don't have to wear a mask to enter here, you know.
yeah, I'm starting.
Um
I'm starting to see them in Michigan where they say mask. You know, before it was like you must wear your mask or whatever. Now they're starting to say masks are required, and then it'll say right underneath of it, unless you have a medical condition. And you go, I walk in there, and there's, you know, every once in a while there'll be one guy that walks in with a mask or whatever, but most everyone, even the people working there, they're not scared to show their face. You know.
yeah. Yep, exactly. It's like I mean, I had to find a new dentist because my dentist, the dentist that I had, was like, we won't service you if you don't wear a mask to walk into this building. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's so stupid. You guys are gonna be cleaning my teeth. You guys are gonna, you're working in my mouth. Are you serious now? You know?
Right.
But it was like, absolutely not. They were like, no, if you try and enter, we will have to call the police. Right? They were gonna trespass me.
Yeah, what I was just going to ask you, are the police in California enforcing these fines and all that?
I haven't I don't know about what fines people are talking about.
Like in Michigan, on our when our I had it printed off, but I don't have it with me. I printed off the mask mandate, you know, the MCL 333 point whatever it was, and you know it talks about when you need to have your mask on and when you know there's a list of
A
exceptions.
guideline, right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the exceptions say you don't have to wear one if you're law enforcement or like emergency personnel or city employee or doing something where that the mask is directly going to interfere with your work. But then there's also it says children under 2 don't need to wear one. It says if you have a medical exempt, you know, if you can't medically tolerate one, you don't have to wear it. There's a little list.
Yeah.
If you're swimming, you can take it off. You can take it off to take a bite or a drink at a restaurant, and it says right in that same thing, it has the fine in there too. I believe it was
Uh,
$600, and
wow.
I think there was even I don't want to say for sure, and let me try to look it up here.
No, I think in California they were trying to find the business. So if your business got reported, right? Like, say
Right.
somebody, sent a picture to whatever narc line they may have sent up. Then like the business could get fined for non-compliance or whatever. You'd have like like code enforcement. Gavin Newsom created like this task force, right? I call him the Stasi,
You're right.
befittingly.
Gestapo.
But they would go out and like fine people for like COVID non-compliance and stuff like that. But I don't know about like, I haven't
It
heard
was,
anything about like individuals,
yeah,
getting fined for that. The only fine that an individual may incur because of a non-compliance for a mask in a business is if the business trespasses you and then the police arrests you. Then you're going to have those trespassing fines, the court fees, and
yeah.
whatever,
Well, I think
but I haven't
I
heard of anybody just being sent like, oh, here's your fine for non-compliance mask mandate.
yeah. In Michigan, they wrote it up to where they wanted the cops to enforce this on the people, and now like they want you. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just Michigan. They want you to wear a mask if you're driving on the interstates. But
Yeah, because it's federal
it
property. The interstates are federal property.
it's just
And
it.
Biden's mask mandate, right, for the first 100 days is all federal property. So technically, if you're driving on a road, right, you're
All right.
supposed to be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
stupid.
The whole
It's
thing is
ridiculous.
crazy.
I don't wear a mask. I don't wear a mask anywhere.
Yeah.
Seriously. They would have to like probably end up, I don't know. I don't even want to say that. Never mind. I'm just not even going to put that out there. I'm just going to stop.
Well, back to the trespassing too. Like, say a store did want to trespass you from their property, you don't. This they will not arrest you unless you're like refusing to leave. They'll give you a like a little paper that that way they got their
Oh
record,
no.
and then
Wait a
Well,
then
minute.
if you're caught
Wait a
back
minute.
in there or whatever,
I
then
had
they
a
can take you right away.
I had a situation with that at the beginning of all of this. Well, not the beginning, after they started mandating the masks.
Well, did you hear about that old lady? She was in the bank. She traveled
Oh,
around a lot
yeah.
to get her money, and they arrested her. It was an old lady. Wow.
Yeah, he tackled her to the ground.
Yep.
Oh man.
The cops did
In
inside the bank
Texas. Yeah.
in Texas.
Yep.
Galveston, I think it was. Galveston.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
heard about it. I didn't see no footage or nothing.
There
I'm
was
just sick of it. What
also,
they're doing to people. I am just so
right?
fed up.
There
I
was
can't
also, and
take
this
much
is,
more.
remember, this is all the corporations giving their employees power over people where they should have none, right? And so there was an incident in a mall, I can't recall where it was, where a lady was shopping in a Bath and Body Works. And the employee, she wasn't wearing a mask, and the employees approached her and were pissy with her, telling her she needs to put on a mask and whatever. And I don't know exactly what was said, but the end result was two of the Bath and Body employees hauled off and started beating this woman. It essentially jumped her in the store and were beating her.
Oh,
Okay.
I did see that.
Oh,
And
where's because she cut in line or something? Supposedly cut in line.
I don't know. I know that
That's
she
what it was
wasn't
about.
wearing a mask. And that's what I heard that it was about,
No, it was
was
because she
that
cut
she
in line.
wasn't wearing a
She cut in
mask.
line. That's what it was about.
Um, well,
How,
still, they should not be
Hitting
beating on
anybody. Yeah.
customers for cutting
Yeah.
in line.
Well, I guess that was
That's
a nice
ridiculous.
lawsuit right there.
Yeah, seriously. And the manager even, like came and he didn't even really like step in to pull the employees off of the lady, like it was just I don't know, man. That was just such a messed up situation, dude, seriously. And we're seeing this happen all over the place, right? All over the place.
I
It's
saw a,
insane.
I saw a couple videos. I haven't seen enough of them, but people were like flash mobbing the stores with no masks. They'd walk in there. They might. I don't even think they put them on to get in. They just kind of a group of 20 dudes with no masks or whatever, just walk right through, and there's only like the greeter, usually right inside the door. So they just kind of walked past him, but it turned into like a little bit of a scuffle. Uh, it wasn't nothing like the elderly woman that got attacked at the other store, but there was some pushing
Right.
and shoving and that kind of thing going on. And I'm pretty
Right.
sure like the people they just kept on going through the store, grabbed like a bag of chips or just something, some little things, and was more there to try and tell the people that's in there shopping wearing masks, don't you want to take your mask off too? Look at us, we're breathing good fresh air. Don't you guys want some fresh air?
Seriously. Yeah, and I mean, people have talked about that, doing like maskless flash mobs and stuff,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like the kind of like they're not going to arrest us all type of mentality.
Yeah. But
right.
we have to
And
band together and say no and stand up. Guys, I'm soon
Right.
going to end this eventually in a few minutes because I got
yeah,
to go with Alex
base
Sleeping Jones
prison.
channel. Yeah, yeah. And,
Yeah.
I always like to show my support for everyone. I don't like treading on, but I'll do a part 3. What does everybody think?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. I mean, I'll be, Lisa, I will always be here if I can be, which is most of
Tops.
the time.
Because
So,
I think it's something to talk about that we can vent and we can figure out ways how to help each other and come together, and support one another.
Oh,
yeah,
That's all.
absolutely.
you guys might be hearing this pug snoring. It's if it's on my end.
Well, my heater was running. That's if you heard it in the background. My heater runs. It
Oh,
goes
Okay.
who
off and on. It
knows?
runs. And I was
I
like,
got
if
it.
someone top spin, he said, "Is that some cat purring in the background?" I was like, and I thought it
I,
was Josh said it, but I apologize.
I, I think it's this dog.
Thompson. It's
This
the
dog.
pug.
He's probably 13. He's old. He's zonked
Aw.
out.
Aw,
All
cute.
right. Well,
All
I
right,
guess I'm
guys.
gonna
I'm gonna
hop out of
call it a
here.
night.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
the great
coming. I
chat.
love you all.
Yeah, thanks for
Yep.
the great chat. God bless you
Yeah.
all. Be
Don't
safe.
forget to give a thumbs up, share it out.
Stay
I appreciate-
vigilant,
Yep, me
stay
too. You too. Peace and love.
seriously. Bye.